Hello everyone, WRG Blackheart here. It's been almost a year since I last posted something on YouTube, and so I'm gonna review my PlayStation 3 games right here. First up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Got a PlayStation 3 version because I already have Black Ops on Xbox 360. So, yeah. Got I did get this game from Goodwill for $9, and I'm on the search for numbers 2 and 3. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Modern Warfare games are about taking on the Middle East. Black Ops. The Black Ops series is something else. Next is Gran Turismo 5. I got this off eBay for $7.99, and sadly, I don't have the 6th game or the 7th game. I do have a PlayStation 4, though, like you guys saw on my last year's video of Until Dawn review. And so, when I make enough money, I will get the 6th game and the 7th game for PS4. Next up is Lair. This is one of the good games that I've seen. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. Do you get it at the game store for $10? As you can see the price tag here. And so, this took back in a mythical ancient time where knights protect their land from the dreaded dragons and monsters. Yeah, I just realized about PS3 games. Between the year 2006 and 2007, there was no earning trophies at the time. But in 2008, they finally get a trophy update of what someone has accomplished. Next up, Metal Gear Solid 4, the last game in the Metal Gear Solid series, which is the last game about the last story of Solid Snake. For some reason, Solid Snake, I just realized that he was a clone because he was a clone of Big Boss where he had accelerated aging. Something tells me he was 33 when he was on Shadow Moses, 35 at the tanker incident, then 37 at the decontamination plant incident, and then Metal Gear Solid 3 was mostly about the story on how Naked Snake became Big Boss. Yeah, in this game, it's 5 years in the future after the events in Metal Gear Solid 2. In this, where Snake gets old, age acceleration. Yeah, Snake is Snake has two diseases results. Where in the beginning of the game, Icon said that one of his test results tested positive, but the other turned out negative. So now, Snake is old and he can't be cured. In his final battle, a hero must stand alone. He's not going to stand alone if he's already on a solo mission with Roy Campbell. Yep. Also in this game, Revolver Ocelot is no more. He's now recalled as the doppelganger of Liquid Snake, calling himself Liquid Ocelot. In the game, they say he's, you know, you know, like Big Mama said, he may be Ocelot in former self, but Liquid has took possession of his body. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but when I defeated him, he said that he was Liquid's doppelganger. So, also, there was the returning character of Metal Gear Solid 2, former member of Dead Cell, Vamp, the blood-sucking Romanian. And then there's the Snake Unit, the Crying Wolf, Screaming Mantis, Laughing Octopus, Raging Raven. Yep. This game was released only on PlayStation 3. Hideo Kojima didn't want to make a PS2 version, so he decided to make a PS3 version. Since this game came out 2 years after the PS3 was released. NHL 12 got this at a dollar store somewhere in House Springs. Yep, best hockey game from 2011, which that was released, obviously. Yeah, too bad I can't play on PS3 online at all, because due to hacker attacks on April 8th, 2014, which was 8 years ago. If people hadn't been hacking, PlayStation Network would still be available on PS3. Next up is my favorite game series for the PS3, Resistance: Fall of Man. This is an alternate history where an alien species called the Chimera have invaded Russia in 1938, spreading a deadly virus. Millions are dead, hundreds of millions more are missing. Then, over a year later, after a decade, the Chimera started spreading launch attack on Europe and spreading their virus more frequently. And then 2 years later, they crossed the English Channel from England to Ireland, which is why Commander Parker has contacted the Americans to rendezvous at Manchester, but she was being held captive with her men. And so the Americans were on their own to head to York to fight off the Chimera, where your main character is Sergeant Nathan Hale. The Chimera have 6 eyes and big pointy teeth. Yeah, the hybrids. They're the main soldiers of the Chimera. Other creatures are deadly. I hate to spoil this out, but when you play your first level in level 1 in Resistance: Fall of Man, you have to go through the level without dying unless you reach a checkpoint. But then after you completed your task, then the swarm of crawlers take possession of Nathan Hale's body, but not completely. They just put the virus in him and then they get out. And so, it's up to Nathan Hale to help the British resistance to take back their homeland. Next up is Resistance 2. When you completed the first game, you really thought the Chimera died. You really thought the Chimera invasion was over. It's not. The Chimera are back, and they have new creatures, and there's new weapons, and the worst nightmare is the Chimera invaded America. You play a prologue level in this game where Nathan Hale was captured by the Serpa soldiers, but he wasn't really captive. They were taking them with him because they know the way he looked. Like the looks in his eyes, they know what was up with him. So then there was the last Russian scientist named Dr. Malikov. He's the one that knows how the Serpa is, Sentinel Rangers Private Army. he knows how soldiers felt when they were infected with the virus. But how the Chimera invaded America? They have a massive fleet causing destruction, and then there are stations around the world. From Chicago, then Bryce Canyon, and Iceland. When you play as Nathan Hale, through the middle of the game, he starts to change, where his pupils turn gold, then his skin turns yellow without his beard and mustache. Then the veins glowing blue or purple on his neck. And then months later, he was about to change. Weeks later, he was about to change. But Malakoff said he has 3 hours. And also, the Chimera has a leader, which is a hive-minded monster named Daedalus, who was originally Private Jordan Shepard. So then, in the end of the game, Hale wasn't like himself anymore. He was talking strange, and so Capelli had to put him down. And that was it for Resistance 2. And then Resistance 3, the last game in the Resistance trilogy, where you play as Joseph Capelli, to travel to New York to deactivate the Chimeran Tower, so that way the wormhole will close and every Chimeran species will die. For good. The first 2 games were about military support, but this one's a band of remaining resistance fighters. There's around America. First Joseph made it to Haven, Oklahoma, that's where he lives with his son and wife. Then traveled to St. Louis with Dr. Malakoff. Then stopped at a mountain in Pennsylvania. Then during the train ride there, a group of criminal fighters, there's called Wardens, led by Mick Cutler. If you all saw what happened to Malakoff, I think you know what happened. Which Malakoff was shown how he died on screen, but instead he died off screen when the machete was getting close to his neck by Mick. Yeah, Mick Cutler is an ex-SERPA specialist who became a criminal after he was disbanded. Blind on one eye, 6'10" monster. So, Joseph avenged his death, had finally traveled to New York City, but couldn't get in there without support. He couldn't get inside the wormhole tower, so Charlie and Ellis found him, and so in the end, they were heading to a terraformer to deactivate it so they could crash it on the tower, and so that way, once the tower's destroyed, the wormhole will close, and temperatures should return to normal again. Shaun White snowboarding. In this game, you play a character which I can't remember, is that you have to complete the snowboarding hill challenges for Shaun White. Yeah. Then Starhawk. This game, I just played it, but I don't know much of the details, but all I know is that you shoot, you build, and drive and kind of stuff like that. Yeah. Best game ever. That's pretty much it for today, guys. If you guys are wondering which game is your favorite, please place a post in the comment section below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, WRG Blackheart. Don't forget to smash the like button if you like this video. If you don't, then carry on. That's pretty much it for today. Bye.